Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Mariana and you're watching Lucifer's Library. In today's video, we are going to be going through my winter TBR. I have my autumn and winter TBRs already pre-planned. I am hoping that the autumn TBR is going to be up before the winter one is, but I don't think that will be the case just because this one is scheduled for October 6th. Which, by the way, hi guys. Very happy to see you. And happy October, happy spook season. But before we get started, I just wanted to give a spotlight to Las Palomitas, aka The Little Doves by Laura L. Valenti. This book is pitched as October historical fiction. An American in El Salvador falls in love with a people and a village. It is a love story between two people, but also a love story with El Salvador. An out-of-place American is discovering that a fishing hamlet in El Salvador just might be his own slice of paradise. But the simplicity and beauty of village life is just one thread of a beautifully woven story of a people, a place, and a time in Las Palomitas. Comes out October 5th, 2021. The complicated machinations of government and high society in Central America in 1980 provide an intricate backdrop for this story inspired by true events both in the author's own life and world history. Las Palomitas is the tale of a student who stumbled into a peaceful life on a Salvadoran beach as a civil war brews and his life collides with that of a woman with a past more Byzantine and deadly than his own. In falling in love with the recently returned local, he finds comfort and inspiration. As the war takes hold, they struggle to save one another and the village and the people they love. While this story is written about the struggle between US and its Latin American neighbors 40 years ago, conflict is still ongoing and we're no closer to a satisfactory conclusion, Valenti says. This story illuminates how government policies and procedures impact the lives of people involved. So if you're interested in this book, pick it up. It came out the day before this video is going to be posted, which is October 5th. And you know, today is October 6th for you guys. So yeah, just wanted to give a little bit of a spotlight. Now, without further ado, let's get into my winter TBR. I don't even know where to begin. I suppose let's just go with the rereads. For winter TBR, there aren't as many rereads as they are in the autumn TBR. But the amount of new books has doubled, and the amount of books that I am picking up again after putting them down is also quite, I mean, it's solid. In total, I have 6 rereads that I want to get through, granted if I actually read the books before them in the autumn TBR. Now, in the autumn TBR, I have New Moon by Stephanie Meyer, so for this TBR, I have Eclipse by Stephanie Meyer. Again, perfect, gloomy, cloudy day read. So I think I'm gonna race through this. There's not much to say except that I read it in 8th grade and it's been about 10 years since then. We have Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse. I am hoping to reread The Sea of Monsters in the autumn TBR so I can get to this one in the winter. However, I might, if I do feel like it, I might just pick this up in the autumn TBR as well. Then we have Catching Fire and Mockingjay. Both of these books I want to get to because in the autumn TBR I have actually already read The Hunger Games. I am itching to start Catching Fire sometime in October to get through the October monthly TBR and just pick this book up. So I might just do that before winter comes. By the way, winter starts I think December 22nd, so these are the books that I will be reading from December on and well into the next year. Alright, so if I read Clockwork Angel in autumn, I want to pick up Clockwork Prince and Clockwork Princess in winter. Honestly, I'm gonna rush through these books. I'm not gonna rush, but I'm gonna get through them fast because I know they're bingeable and readable and so fun to read. I'm not worried about these rereads. What I'm more worried about is the new books because the new books intimidate me. These are in no particular order, by the way, and also I don't plan on getting through all of them in winter, but I want to get through at least 3/4 of it. There's a lot of books. I'm gonna count them in the end so that you guys can know the amount of books that I have here, but there's a lot. And it's ambitious, but so am I. Alright, the first book is The Rose Society by Marielou. I read The Young Elites by Marielou earlier this year. I mean, sometime in the summer. And so I wanted to pick this book up ever since then. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm not sure if I'm gonna like the main character turned villain. I like morally great characters. However, I don't want everybody to hate the main character that I love. You know? I don't like people not liking the characters that I like. Then we have The Demon King by Cinda Williams Chima, I think is how you say the last name of this author. This is the first book in the Seven Realms. It's not trilogy. What is if it has 4 books? Is it a series? Is it a quadrilogy? Anyway, I read the first chapter about 4 years ago, and I haven't picked it up since then. So I'm excited to try this book, which has been put down for a later date. So I did some research, and I hope I'm not wrong, but I recently bought Storm and Fury by Jennifer Armentrout and White Hot Kiss. Both of these books are the first books in a series, and I didn't know which one comes first. Mango's playing with his toy. So I did some research, and apparently you're supposed to read White Hot Kiss before Storm and Fury. So I'm gonna give this book a chance and see if I like it, and then, I mean, I know that I will like it. It's Jennifer Armentrout, who am I kidding? But I'm gonna probably buy the rest of the series after I finish this. Alright, a put down has been Empire of Storms by Sarah J Maas. I tried reading this book in January. It didn't go so well. I just didn't. I liked it, but I wasn't into it. So I'm trying it again a year later, hoping to finally finish it. I am stubborn, and I need to get through this, okay? I am banking on me being in a fantasy mood this winter. Because I am banking on being in a fantasy mood, I'm also hoping to read The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This has been one of my most anticipated reads of last year, I think. I bought it last year and didn't get to it. Don't know why, but I really want to read it this year. I mean this winter. And I just heard a lot of good things about it, to be honest, and I want to buy the rest of the series. And I just love this cover, this white edition, so yeah. I don't have much to say just because I don't know what the books are about, and I don't want to spoil myself, because sometimes when I read what the books are about, I'm just like doubting whether I want to read them or not, because I get intimidated so easily. Next up we have Silent Love by Kennedy Bryan. This is a romance book, and it is also a book by one of my friends that I really want to get to. I've had it since last year because we did Secret Santa, and I am so happy that I have it. So I need to prioritize this book. So it's probably going to be one of the first books that I'm going to pick up, depending on if I am in a romance mood. But oh, I want to pick this book up so bad. And the next book that we have is The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. I have started reading this year. I got 5 chapters in, 34 pages, and then I was just like not feeling it. So this is a put down that I have to pick up again. This next book is where my Shadowhunter binge had stopped. I read the Mortal Instruments series and the Imperial Devices, and then I just kind of stopped and never picked up the Bane Chronicles, which is what I'm gonna pick up in winter. We have Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I am 50 pages in. This was a book that I tried. I wasn't into science fiction that much because I was on vacation in Croatia, and I didn't get that much into it, but I thought it was interesting. I like the format of it, how it's just, you know, it's different. You have to, it's better to read it physically than to listen to an audiobook. So I just want to give it a try and just finish it. And then the next book that I am actually excited about is Cinderella is Dead by Kaylene Bayron. I tried this book last year, wasn't in the fantasy mood. I got 16 pages in, I just wasn't feeling it at the time, so I put it down for later. But wait, oh my god, let's talk about the cover. How gorgeous is this? This cover is absolutely stunning. I wish I had the talent. And yeah, the cover, oh gosh. I'm just a big fan, sorry. And then we have The Last Wish by this author. This is The Witcher. I really want to get to it, but you know what, if I don't get to this book, it's fine. However, I think that when the TV show comes, I will want to pick it up if I'm gonna read during winter, but I am hoping that I will, because then I have Given by Nandy Taylor, and this book is a Wattpad published book, and I really want to get to it because I've heard so many people loving it, and I was so excited when I bought it, when I ordered it, and I just want to read it finally, you know. Also, speaking of Wattpad books, I also have this book, which is Clickbait by Anne Valette. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. I am so excited for this, but because it's contemporary, I've just kind of been avoiding it, just like with the rest of the contemporary books. I'm not a big contemporary fan. Recently, I've only been a fan of paranormal books, mythology, and I've also read romance. This is the kind of reading mood that I've been in for the entirety of this year, but I really want to get to it. Another fantasy book, which is A Song of Race and Ruin. I tried this earlier this year, got 88 pages in. Wow, I got more than I thought that I did. And I wasn't in a fantasy mood, but I really want to read this book because at the time that I read it, I just wasn't able to appreciate it as much. And now that I think about this book, I'm just really excited to get into it again. I think that this time around, I'm gonna love it more than I did the first time, just because I had so much going on. Honestly, I've just been mentally unstable and I wasn't able to enjoy it as much. So I am very glad to be giving it a chance again, that I have just put it down at the time that I have recognized this book is going to be better for a later date. So Winter, I am very excited. Then we have Winter by Marissa Meyer. I promise that transition wasn't planned. Yeah, I have to read this. Intimidated because it has small font and over 800 pages, but it's the last book in the series. But I also, at the same time, the reason why I haven't tried reading it, I want to reread the rest of the series, but I know that if I'm gonna reread the rest of the series, I'm not gonna get to this book for at least about 2 years, because I know myself. And then we have These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. I tried reading this book as well this year. I mean, I tried a lot of books and then put them down, and I got one chapter into it. And I just wasn't feeling science fiction at the time. This was around the same time that I tried Illuminate as well. So I just told myself, you know what, later date, put it down. Next up is Heroes of Olympus, The Mark of Athena. I tried this last year, and then my grandpa died, so I stopped. I got 130 pages in. And then we have Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh. This has been on my shelf for a while, and I need to pick it up. I know nothing about this. I just know that this was purely a cover buy. It was also a hype buy. People have talked about this book so much, and now they don't talk about it anymore. And I bought it because of the cover and because I wanted to not have the fear of missing out. This should probably be the first book that I mentioned in this TBR, because I know a lot of people are going to be most excited for it. But you know what? It's a big book. It was at the bottom of my pile, and I'm excited, but this book is so big, honestly. Moving on, we have Belmont in Black by Diane Setterfield. Then we have A Promise of Fire by Amanda Bouchette. This is a recent purchase that I am hoping to get to, but I don't know. We'll see how much time I have, because this is a big pile of books. And the last book that I have here is The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. And this is another recent purchase that I want to get to. And oh my goodness, look at this art. I'm gonna count all the books that I have for my winter TBR. I'm gonna calculate how many books I have to read per month if I want to read it in winter, and we'll see. And I'll tell you how many books I have to read. I'll be back. On my winter TBR, there are 28 books in total. There are 3 months in winter, so 28 divided by 3 is 9.3. So I would have to read at least 9 books, a little more than 9 books every single month if I wanted to finish this entire TBR. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing and clicking on that notification bell to keep yourself notified when I post more videos, because I post them once a week, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna go, and I'll see you next time. Bye.